In this video, we're going to see how we can create a used car website with advanced custom fields and Oxygen. Hi, my name is Stratos and I'm constantly producing video tutorials about WordPress. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. So I was asked from some users to create this website and show you how I have done that. And this tutorial is going to help you if you're going to create a website for used cars, for a directory, for jobs, for listings, for cars, I said that already, for houses and things like that. So this is the page that we're going to create for the cars. You can see the header. I don't have any footer. I haven't created the home, the about, or the contact page because I don't want to go into a video that's going to be 4 hours. Hopefully you know how to use Oxygen, and since you're here to learn about custom post types and ACF fields and dynamic fields, you know how to use Oxygen and the basic form, and you can create your own homepage and all of that pages. So this is the car archive template, and you have the filters here that is working fine. I have also another video for the filters, so if you just want to see the filters and how you work, you can go into my channel and look for the search and filter pro plugin, and everything else is working fine inside here. After that, we're going to create the car single template, and this is the template that we're going to create. The image, all of those are advanced custom fields, and here we have also a tab with the car extras gallery, and probably I should have gone and give that the same height so it will not go and change this. I don't like this, but this is something that you can easily do. It's not something that I want to do at this moment, so I'm going to start with the blank website. This is a fresh installation, so let's go into the settings first, and we're going into permalinks to set first the common settings to be the post name. So let's save changings, and then let's go to appearances, themes, and here I have the 2020 also, so I'm going to delete that. I'm going to leave only one theme. I have in the plugins that I'm going to use. First, I'm going to start from all pages, and here I'm going to delete those 2 pages, move to trash, and I'm going to empty the trash, so empty trash, and let's create 4 pages. The first one will be the home page. Publish that. The second will be cars. Publish. Next we have about us page. And then I have the contact. I usually create the pages first because I want also to create the menu. So I'm going to the menu now. I'm going to name it main. Create the menu, and I'm going to add all of those pages. Select all, add to menu. I'm going to rearrange the order and save menu. Next thing, I'm going back to the pages, all pages, and I'm going into the car, and I'm going to change the slug from cars to used cars, because I'm going also to create a custom post types, and I'm going to keep the cars for the archive page. So let's update that. So the page is cars, but the URL of the page is used cars under the domain. So let's update that once more, and let's go into the plugins, install plugins, and first thing I'm going to activate the custom post types. Let's activate that. And with this plugin, I can create a custom post type. For those that don't know what's a custom post type, WordPress handles everything like a post. So we have the post, which is basically the articles. Then we have another kind of post, which is the media. We have another kind of post, which is the pages, the comments. Everything is a kind of post. with different settings, with different use. If you install WooCommerce, then all the products is a different kind of post. It's a custom post type that is already created from for us from WooCommerce. So with that, we can create our own post types. And let's go here that says add and edit, and here I'm going to add cars, and this is the slug that I want to keep for the cars. The plural is cars and the singular is car. Add post type, and now I'm going to edit, and since I have only one, this is the one that's selected here, and let's change some changings. Let's go here. I'm going to change the has archive here to true, and hierarchical, I'm going also to change that as true. Now, of course, in this case, I don't have hierarchical. I don't have a car, and under that another car. But this is something that you should be aware if you're creating some kind of type of rooms or other things, and you want to create this hierarchical order. So let's not changing that. Here we have the title, editor, and featured image. This is all I want to create. So save post, and I'm going to create a custom taxonomy for that. So let's go for the taxonomies. Here I'm going to select the taxonomy, which is the maker. Okay, plural is makers, and singular is maker. Okay, and that will be attached to the type of post named cars. I'm going to add the taxonomy, and let's go to edit that. And here, let's go down, and we're going to select in the hierarchical, I'm going to select true. So here I'm going to select true. And so admin column, so I want also that to be in the admin column. Let's change that to false, and we'll see later on what it does. So let's save that. Okay, and now as you can see here, the cars has a pin icon, so I'm going to change that icon. Let's go back to the post types. Let's go down. Where is the icon? It's somewhere around here, menu position. So in menu icon, this is the menu icon. So I'm going to click here that says dash icon class name, and here it will open the icons. I'm going to type here car, and I'm going to click here that says car, and now I'm going to copy that. And let's go back to menu icon. I'm going to paste the code, and I'm going to click add post type. Now I don't want to add, I want to edit, sorry. Edit. So cars, and here I'm going down here, and in the menu I'm going to put that, and I'm going to click save. Once I click save, this turns into a car icon, as you can see. So now if I go to add a new car, I'm going to see that I have here the add title, and I have also some text to create. I have here the set featured image, and I have here the makers. So let's go then and go into the plugins, install plugins, and I'm going to enable the advanced custom field. I'm using the Pro because I have also the gallery feature that I can use. So once this is active, I'm going to feature custom fields. I'm going to add a new, and this is car details. If you are using this tutorial to create something for houses or a directory for businesses or something, you will do all those names accordingly. So here we're going to put car details, and here for the post type is equal to, I'm going to select car, and let's publish that. Now I'm going to start adding fields. So let's add first a field, and this is the model. The first thing that I want to add is the model. Once I click here, this is the field name, and here I like to put car and hyphen, car hyphen model. So the name that I'm using for the field name should always have the car, because I want to know what is this field about. In many cases, I have a client that asks me to create another custom post type, and I may need to create something for bikes or something for vans, and I want those to be separate or something. So if I use here model, I don't remember if I had this for car or for a bike or for something. So I do want to be specific about those. I'm going to leave that as text, and let's update that. Now if I go into the add new here and refresh, and let's select leave page, I'm going to see at the bottom of the page that I have now the car details and I have here the model. As you can see, this is a full width, so it grabs the full width of my page, and I don't want that. I do want that to be a little bit less, so I'm going to change all of those. Let's go to add some other fields, and here you're going to see how also I change the width. It's not something just something that you can select how the width of the fields that you want to create. So let's type here category or car type, maybe type. So car type, and this is maybe select. So the one that going to add those cars inside here, the client will have some choices to select from. So I'm going for minivan, no, mini car, I don't know, small car, hatchback, something like that. Pickup, and then we have sedan, sport, cabrio. So I have things like that. I don't want to select the default value, and if you want to do something of those to be required, you can just select here that it will select yes, and this should also change the width here. So let's go for 20 width, and let's close that field, and I'm going back here in the model, and I'm going also to do that 20. So these are small text areas that I want the client to write. So let's add another field, and we're going for the next, which is the let's go for month or date or year, license year, no, license, okay, year. So which year has in his license. This is a car year, this is a text. I'm not going to change that to a number, because in number I have also some arrows next to the number that I can go up and down, and I don't want to. I'm going for year. Let's go for 20 also. Let's add another field, which will be the miles, and this is car miles. Okay, text again, and let's go for 20. Let's add another field, which be the engine, and this will be also a text, and let's go for 20. Let's add another field. This will be the horsepower, HP. Okay, car, HP, and I think here I didn't put the car. Yes, car, engine. Okay, next will be, here's 20 in the width, and here's 20 also. Let's add another one. Let's add another field. This is for the consumption, maybe the transmission, transmission. Okay, so car transmission. This will also be a selection, because we have only 3 choices, and here that we have the choices. First is manual, then we have automatic, and then we have semi-automatic. Okay, and the manual is the default value, because most cases I have a car that's a manual, so I'm going to put that as the default. Here I'm going to select 20, and let's add another field, and this should be maybe the color or the doors color. Let's go for color. Okay, this is also text, car color, and let's go for 20, select another field, add another field, And here let's go for doors, car doors. Okay, also text 20, and maybe the price now, add field. So let's go for the price, car price. Okay, 20 for the width. Then we have the gallery. We have the car gallery, and this is something that you need the Pro. And so let's go to content and let's go for gallery. And then we have add field, and now I want to put the car extras. So the car extras will be the choices that you have when you going to sell a car, and you're going to say that it has ABS, it has air condition, it has a CD player, it has USB, and all of those. There are checkboxes that you can add and say that this car has those extra features. And this is something that you can create with two different methods. I'm going to show you both of them, decide what you want, and this depends on what you're going to create. So the first one is the car extras, where you have the car extras, where you will have one checkbox and everything will be included inside there. So we have the car extras like that, and this is a checkbox. And now when I have the choices, I'm going to start from ABS, ESP, Bluetooth, okay, cruise control, turbo, I don't know, intercooler. Then we can have hill assistant, intercooler, okay, hill assistant. We can have bucket seats, we can have leather seats, okay, what else? We can have electric windows, keyless. Okay, I think that those are enough. So we have all of those options, and we will have those under the same field. So I'm going for the layout and set that horizontal. I'm going to leave the width as it is, and I'm going to save that. And let's make then some changes. Let's update that. And if I go now to add the new and select to refresh and leave the page, so it will be refreshed, we will see that I have all of those settings. So in the model, I can go and type here what I want. Here I have the type of the car, license year, miles, engine, and everything else, as you can see. Then I have the gallery, and then I have the car extras. Now I know that this is a line that I don't want to, and I'm going to fix that later. And I have something to select: car, ABS, ESP, Bluetooth, and everything is under this one field. Now I have also another method to create the same thing, and this is here to add one by one all the fields. So the first was the ABS, so I'm going to add the ABS independently, and I'm going here for car ABS. This is a checkbox. So let's go for checkbox. The choices is ABS, and the width should be something like 10. Then I have another field, which is the ESP, car ESP. This is also a checkbox, and this has the choices of ESP. Okay, it's also 10 width. Add another field. I'm going to add 4 of those. And what was the next one, which is Bluetooth? Okay, Bluetooth. I cannot copy that. Okay, doesn't matter. Bluetooth. Car Bluetooth. Choices. This is checkbox, and in choices I'm going for Bluetooth. Also 10% width, and once more, this is the turbo. Car turbo. Let's go for checkbox. Okay, and this is turbo. So you can understand that if you're going to create 30 or 40 choices, this is something that you will have to do for more hours. So you have to put one by one every field, and you will get yourself something like this in the back end. So let's refresh and see what we have here. And here, as you can see, I have now the, this didn't give me the 10% width because I forgot it. So if you go here and select for the turbo to be 20% width also, it will go next to that. I forgot to do that. Let's update that and refresh the page here, so it will go next here. But as you can see, this is ABS, ESP, Bluetooth, and you have it one by one to every choice independently, and this is one field for everything. You will see then in the front end how we can set them to be displayed, and this is something that you may pay attention on how you want to create that. So I have this ready, and I want just to edit some things here. So as it says here, the model, maybe the client doesn't know that he has to go and create something identical for all these, for all his entries. And what I mean is, if you go here and type something like I don't know, a Honda Civic, I want those to be written like that. I don't want that the first letter to be small. I want always to have the first letter capital, and I want him to be follow the same process in every car. So I want to remember every time that he must put the first letter in capital, so we'll have a consistency, and when we're going to see the filters and when we're going in the front end, we're going to see everything that is the same and has a consistency on how to be displayed. So I want to add back to my field groups in the model. I'm going here that says instructions, and I'm going to write first letter capital, or uppercase. Uppercase, I think it's the right word. Uppercase. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going also to add type in the type, maybe. What is the type? I think the type is a choice. No, not in the type. In the miles, in the edging, no. HP transmission color. The color is also the same. I want that to be the first letter to be uppercase. Instructions, uppercase. Then what else we have? Doors, price, okay, gallery, and everything else is okay. So I'm going to save that and see how it looks. And I do every change one by one, so you can see why I'm doing all those things. So as you can see now, my field is not in the center, and some fields are down here and others are in the middle. So what I'm going to do is put the instructions on the bottom. Let's go back here, and we're going back down, and here that says instruction placement below fields. This is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to update that. And now that I refresh the page, I will see that everything is in the same line, so it looks better, as you can see right here. Now for the miles, I also want to have something else, because I don't want someone to add the miles after that. So I can go, and for the append that appears after the input, I can go for miles, something like that. Then the same for the price. The price may have the pre-holder text to be $1, so it will appear within the input, but before that, so we have $1 before. So he will know that he's not going to add the dollar icon. It will be already set to him. I just want the values. You can also write that in the instructions, but I do want those to be here. So as you can see, the price has a dollar sign here, so he will just go and select what he wants for the price. After that, we have the miles, and here is going to add just the value with nothing else. And let's go to the price because I made a mistake and put that in the placeholder text. Okay, let's grab that and set it to be prepend, appears before the input. So now let's go and update and refresh. As you can see, this is a placeholder, and let's refresh the page. And now I have the price sign here. Okay, so I'm going to start by adding 3 or 4 vehicles. So let's add a Civic as we started, Honda Civic. So I'm going for Honda Civic. This is the name of the title of the car, Civic, and I don't know, 2000, something like that. This is the name of the car. So car model, we have the Civic. The type is Sport, maybe. License year is 2016. Miles, we have 100,000. The engine is 2000 cc, and probably have also going to add the cc after the mile. So I'm going to do that, and I will have it for the next car that I will add. So let's go for the miles. No, the engine. And I'm going here that it says append, and I'm going to add cc. Okay, update that, and let's go back here. HP, horsepower, we have 200. I don't know. Transmission is manual, color is black. Okay, doors is 5. The price is $15,000. So let's go to gallery, add gallery, and here I'm going to drop all my images. And let's go for photos. And here I have some images that I have prepared already. And of course, I don't want all of those to be added, so I'm going to just remove that once they're added, of course. And you will see that none of those are Honda Civic. So I'm not going to pause the video. I just want all of those to be in one video. So I paused the video because my phone rang, so I'm going to choose these 3. Select those, so you can change position if you want. So you can add that in first, and then we have that, and then first, and then we have that, and then we have that. And for car extras, I'm going to select ABS, ESP, cruise control, turbo, hill assistant, and leather seats. And from here, I'm going turbo and ESP, something like that. Okay. And remember that these are something that you select if you want this or this. Do not add both of those. I'm just adding those because I want to show you in the front end how you can make them appear. And for the maker, I'm going to put here the Honda. Okay, Honda, add new maker. And this is how it looks now. So I have to go and select something from the hierarchy in the custom post type. So I'm going to do that. Let's publish that. No, I have to first set a featured image. The featured image will be this one for the Honda Civic. Okay, I'm going to publish that. Publish. And let's go back to post types. Let's go back to the taxonomies. And here I'm going to edit. Of course, I have the makers because I have only one. And let's go here and see what was wrong with that. So the hierarchical, I'm going that to put in true, and now I'm going to hit save. So now let's go and add a new car, And now as you can see, the makers are what we have used to see. So you can select here the Honda or add something else. Let's go for Mitsubishi. I don't know any cars that Mitsubishi has. Mitsubishi, and probably I don't know how to write those also. Mitsubishi cars. Okay, and do we have any Mitsubishi cars? It's taking some time to show us the website. It's not a quick website, as we can see. Okay, and I want a model, one model, please. Give me one model. So global cal. Okay, I'm going to pause the video now. Okay, remember that we have the Lancer, we have the Evo, we have those two. So let's paste that here, Mitsubishi, and let's go for Evo or Evo. I don't know how it's spelled. Something like that. Okay, the model is Evo. Okay, the maker is Mitsubishi. Okay. Do not forget to add the new maker, or else it will not be added here. License year is 2014. Miles is 15,000 miles. The engine is 250. I don't know. HP is 250 also. This is a semi-automatic. The color is black also. Black. The type is Sport sedan, 5 doors, and the price is $20,000. And the gallery, let's go to add the gallery and select those also. I'm going to select all of those, select, and for featured image I'm going to add this one. Okay, then we have the car extras, which is those and those. Okay, publish that, publish, and let's go and add 2 more. So add new, and you have the CC in the engine as we said before. Let's go for Suzuki Alto or something. Alto. The model is Alto. The type is Mini. License year is 2005. Miles are 300,000. The engine is 140. Horsepower is 75. The transmission is manual. The color is red. The doors are 3. Price is $5,000. Okay, the gallery will be this. Okay, select car extras. We have ABS. We have nothing else, just ABS. We don't have anything else in that. So add a new maker. Add a new maker, and here we're going to put Suzuki. And add the new maker, and for the featured image I'm going to select this one. Okay, and last we have Chevrolet. Okay, add new. So Chevrolet. And again, I don't know any Chevrolet cars. Sorry for that. Chevrolet. This is how, I don't know even how to spell that. Chevrolet. So let's go for images, and we're going to find Chevrolet Camaro. Okay. Camaro. Of course, it's not even close to Chevrolet Camaro. Okay, Camaro. Model Camaro. The maker is Chevrolet. Let's copy that. Okay, type is pickup. License year is 2017. Miles 80,000. Engine 40, horsepower 240. Transmission automatic, color is blue, dark blue or something. Let's go for blue. The doors are 2. Price is $25,000, and let's go for the gallery and select those. Okay, select ABS, ESP, Bluetooth, cruise control, turbo, intercooler, hill assistant, bucket seat, electric windows, key, and keyless. So we have most of those enabled. So I'm going to publish those, and now we have our cars. So let's go to all cars, and now we can see that we have the title here and the date here. So we don't have anything else to tell them apart. So if we go back to taxonomies, and here we have, if we want to show that in the where was it, in the admin. So in the admin, so I'm going to select here the true and save that, and if we go now and refresh, we will see now that we have the makers here. And as you can see, you can check also if you want to see all the cars inside those makers. So next thing is going into the plugins again, install plugins, and I'm going to activate the admin columns. This will give me more things that I can add in the cars. So here that says all cars, I can add more columns inside here. So let's go back, let's go into the settings and admin columns. And here you have selected, you will select first the type that you want to choose, the cars. And now I can see that I have the title, I have the makers, and I have the date. And I want to add another column. So this will be custom field. The label will be model. Here is the width also. I'm gonna go and change. And for the field, I'm going to select car model. Car model. Okay, I'm going to save that. And let's add another column. This will be the price. So let's go for action. Let's go for custom field. Label is price. And the field is car price. Okay, update that, and let's go and update that also. So now let's go here and refresh, and we will see that we have 2 more columns. As you can see, the model and the price. I want the date to be down here, so I'm going back to the admin columns, and I'm going to close that field, and I'm going to close that field also, and take the date and drag that at the bottom. Update and update. And now if I refresh here, I will see that the date has gone into the last column here. Now I don't have anything that I can order the model and the price by, because I don't have the pro version of the admin column. But it works in the free version, and you can add some more things so you can distinguish the one property from the other, or the one car from the other if you add cars here. So enough with that, let's go to the next plugin and see what we're going to do next. So we have the Oxygen, we're going to do next, and let's activate Oxygen and start creating a website. Now I'm not going to create the whole website, I'm just going to create the pages that will have the archive page of the car and the single page of the car, probably, and I hope that you already know how to use Oxygen, and this is why you select to see this video, but because you want to learn how to select and add the custom fields. So you probably do already know how to create the simple pages. Let's go into the Oxygen, let's go into the settings, and here I'm going just to, I'm not going to do anything. I would going to maybe change some things, but no, it's not necessary. So let's go first to the templates, and we're going to create a new template, which will be the main template. Okay, and this will grab the header and the footer for all the pages. So main, here I'm going to select catch all. I'm going for publish. Okay, and edit with Oxygen. And here also, let's go to the settings, let's go into reading, and here I'm going to select for the static page to be the home page. Okay, save changes, and once, since we're here, let's go to discussion also and disable those 3. And let's save changes also. Let's go back to the Oxygen, and here I'm going to add a header. Okay, header builder. We have the header, and here open the structure also, and I'm going to add here the link wrapper. The link wrapper will have for the URL the slash, so it will go back to the home page every time, back to the root. And inside the link wrapper, I'm going to add an image for the logo image. Okay, browse and select the logo. Of course, I haven't done that before but you have also to add every time the alternate text, and select here. And now I'm going for the width 100 pixels, something like that. Okay, save that because I do want to save often. After that, I'm going to add the menu. I'm going for the Pro menu, and let's go inside here. Let's go to grab the menu and put that in the row right. So Pro menu, select here the Pro menu, and let's select that I want that to be until the 992 pixels, like that, and then I want to toggle for the mobile version. Desktop menu, we have the typography and we have the color to be black. Font size, I'm not going to change the font size this time, and letter spacing, let's go for 1. Okay, then we have the spacing 15, 15, 20 and 20. Okay, after that I'm going back and have an actor. Here you should have some colors already, but since we don't have, let's change some settings. Let's go into the manage and settings, and here let's go to global settings, colors, global colors, add a color. We're going to add the blue color for the main color because it's my main color in the logo. And I don't have any colors right now, so I'm going for something like a blue, something like that. This is my main color maybe. Okay, I'm going to copy that, add that color, and I'm going to add another color, and sorry, not here, here, and select and do that a little bit lighter, something like that. So this is the light blue, okay, add that color also, and I'm going to also add an off-white for my background, off-white, and this should be something like here, something like that. Add that color. Okay, back here, let's go back and let's go to fonts, and here I'm going to select the text font to be the Ubuntu. This will change also the menu, and for display, for the headings, I'm going for Roboto. I don't know why, but I'm using in most cases those two fonts. Okay, let's go back to the headings, and here you can change, of course, the H1 and everything else. I'm not going to. The body heading should be 17. This will affect also the menu, and this is why I didn't change. The line height 1.7, and the color is dark blue. Black. Okay, after that, let's go to width and breakpoints, and let's go for 1200. Okay, and for the animation on scroll, usually I'm going for 1000 milliseconds, which is 1 second. The animation easing is in and out, and animate only one yes, and disable and less than 992. Save changings. And let's go now to the hover text color and select the hover should be that. Okay, and the active should be this dark. So we have that difference. Okay, and after that, let's go back to the desktop menu, and we're okay with that. I don't have any drop downs, and I'm not going to change anything for the mobile menu. Save changes, and now let's add our inner content, inner double N, inner content. Okay, this should be with the height, minimum height, not here because it will stay the same for everything. So minimum height should be 80 viewport height, something like that. So even if you don't have too much content inside, the footer will go and stretch until the bottom of the page. It will always be at the bottom of the page. Add new, this is a new section, and this section is the footer. Okay, and we have the text color to be white once I add something inside there. And of course, the background color is black. So we have a layout like that. I'm not going to add anything to the footer either. I just want to create the templates that I'm going to do. So we're okay with the website and how it's going to start. Let's open that to see how it looks. And as you can see, we have those colors in the menu and everything else. So let's go now to create. Let's close that. Let's close that. Let's close that. And let's go back to the Oxygen, close that. And here, refresh to get the Oxygen inside here. And now let's go to Oxygen templates, and I'm going to create my first template, which will be the main the cars archive. Cars archive. Okay. So here I'm going to select archive, and I'm going to select for the taxonomy to be cars. Sorry, not the taxonomy. I'm going to select post types to be cars. Okay, this one. I'm going to publish that. And I'm going to edit that with Oxygen. And I forgot to select the inherit design, so I'm going back. Because I have to select to inherit the main template. So it will grab the header and the footer. And now I'm going to update that once more. If I can, I cannot at this moment. Maybe it has already done that automatically. Yeah, it does that automatically sometimes. So let's add that with Oxygen, but first let's regenerate the cache. It will be very quick. Okay, it's done that already. And let's edit that with Oxygen. So we have those fields open if we need them. We have the page and how it looks. Let's go and put that here. I'm going to select the cars here. So I have the used cars page. And here I'm going to start creating my template. Okay, now that it's open, let's add first a section. And in here, I'm going to add 2 columns. Okay. Excuse me. 40, 60. And for this column, I'm going for 25, something like that. And the other is 85. This will be the filters. And will be the repeater. So here, I'm going to add here the repeater field, the repeater element. Let's go and grab the repeater. Let's go open the structure to have that open inside here. So the repeater, let's go for query, let's go for custom post types and select the cars for the post type. Apply, so we will know that it has 4 cars at the moment because I have created 4 cars. And let's go now to the div. And this is where I'm going to start building my template. Inside here, I'm going to use a div for the image of the car, which will be in the left, and in the right there will be information. So I'm going to add 2 divs here. Div and then duplicate the div. Okay, so we have 2 divs. The divs, as you can see, are inside here. So we're going to name everything because I don't want to messing with that without be sure what I'm doing. So rename, and the first is the car image. And the next is the car details. So if you're going for a complicated page, I usually suggest that you do car info. Rename your divs so you know what you're doing. So maybe you can also go here into the columns and select this for the filters, and this will be the filter div. Rename filter div. Filter div. And this is the main car div. Main car div. It will take you some time to create that, but you're going to be sure next time you're going to change something that you're hitting the correct divs and something like that. So this is the repeater. I know which div is that because it's inside the repeater. So I'm going to select horizontal, and this is the div that I has to go and select the width to be 100. So it will grab the full width of the row, everything from the from this column. Okay, and then we have the car image. We'll go for something like a 30%, 35, 40%. Let's go for 40%, and maybe I will remove it, and maybe it's go for 35, something like that. And the car info will have the remaining percentage. Again, my phone rang, so let's go and see what we were with. 35, and here we're going for the remaining 65%. Okay, so it will take the whole width of the row. Okay, so let's start by the car image, and now I'm going to set the car image as a background of this div. So let's go into the advanced background, browse, and not browse, data, and I'm going to select featured image. For the size, I'm going for medium large and insert that. And I'm going to select cover, I'm going to select no repeat. Okay, and I'm going for 50% and 50% every time. Okay, let's go then and save that and select next for the height of the div. Remember that since we haven't anything inside here, inside the div, we don't have any height because we don't have any elements. So we're going into the sizing and spacing, and for the height I'm going to select here 400 pixels, something like that, or maybe 300 pixels. Maybe it's too much for that. So let's save changes, and I'm going to quickly see that I have the featured image for everything, because I can see this, but I cannot see the Chevrolet. So I'm guessing that in the Chevrolet I hadn't put the featured image. So let's go to cars, all cars, Chevrolet, and let's go and set the featured image. Yes, I hadn't set the featured image, so this is the featured image for the Chevrolet. Save and update. Okay, and now I'm going just to refresh here, so it will take now the image that I have set, and we're going to continue building this template. Now that, as you can see, the loading of the page takes some time, and this is because we have added many features, and it will go longer. Okay, let's open the structure again, and now inside the div here I'm going to first start by the title. So let's go for a heading. Okay, I'm going to select that to be an H2 or maybe an H3, something like that. And this, I'm going to triple click it, insert data, and I'm going to select the title and insert. Let's select also the div of the car info, and I'm going for vertical and center. Okay, after that I'm going for the price, so let's go add a text. Okay, triple click it and select insert data, advanced custom field, and here I'm going to select the price and insert. Now here you have two choices to add the dollar, so you can either add it from the sign that you have set inside the custom fields, the ACF, or you can add it straight to Oxygen. So let's go and do that. Insert data, and let's go to advanced custom fields, and here that we're adding price, it has a box here that you can include the prepend and append text. So if I select insert and then select elsewhere, as you can see now I have the dollar sign and the 2,000 and 25,000. Now keep in mind that if you do that, you cannot change how the dollar sign appears. But if you want to add it separately, you can do that by just selecting that and then just remove the pre-append yes that says here, or do that again, triple click insert data and just select what you want, and let's click outside. Now that we have the price, I'm going to triple click it once more, and I'm going to go to the starting off the shortcode, and before the parenthesis or this icon, I'm going to add the dollar icon. This one. I'm going to click elsewhere. Now you can see that I have, and I can select now the dollar, and I can put that to be a little bigger. I can put a span around it and change the color. I can do many things with that. This is now another field. So this is what I did. You can select, of course, what you want to do. So let's go for a font size of 20, something like that. And let's go for bold. Let's go for 700, something like that. Okay, and also maybe I should go not 20 pixels, let's go for 18, something like that. Okay, after that we have another row, so we're going for the div. Okay, and here in that div I'm going to put, let's see, this div should be inside the car info, so I'm going to add that and to put that here. Okay. And here I'm going to put some car details, some car information. So I'm going to name that as car info for the class. Now, since I'm not going to duplicate it, it's not necessary, but this is something that I usually do. Car info, sorry, is car information row, car info row. Okay, add the class, and this is the whole width of the line. Okay, and inside here I'm going to add also a div. Now this div is going to be duplicated some more times, so I'm going to add a class for that, which is the car info div. Okay, and let's go here in the div, and I'm going to change that to car info row, rename car info row, and this is the car info div. Car info. Now I'm using capital letters and small letters, uppercase and smaller case in some divs, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so then we have the car info div, and here I'm going to add an icon. Okay, this icon will be with a class of car info div, icon. Now, since yeah, it's okay, I'm going to leave it as car info icon, doesn't matter. Okay, after that I'm going for a text, and that text will have a class of car info text. Okay, let's add that also, and let's see what we're going to do first. In the div I'm going to select vertical and center and middle. Okay, and now I'm going to click the icon, and I'm going to select first the maybe miles or something. Now I'm going to start putting here some information about the car. So what you want to see, to know what is that car, the miles, the engine, maybe the horsepower, something like that, that you want to see first before you click and see more information about the car. So let's triple click first the text, insert data, select the advanced custom field, and I'm going first for miles. Let's go for miles. So we have miles. Okay, and I'm going now to select the icon, and as you will see, it will take the number, just number. I'm going to triple click it again, and I'm going to select here at the end to add a M for the miles. Okay, and then select the icon and change that to a dashboard, something like that. Okay, icon color will be this one, and the icon size is going to be 25, something like that, 25. Okay. After that, let's go and add some margin beneath the icon. So let's go into sizing and spacing and put here a margin of 5. Okay, so also I need here to put some margin for that row. Advanced sizing and spacing, and here I'm going to put 10. Okay, this has also something of height, so it pushes the text a little bit down. So let's go now to the car info div, and this is what I'm going to duplicate, and duplicate again, and duplicate 4 times or 5 times maybe. Let's go for 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 4. Let's go for the car info row, and I'm going to put that horizontal, and I'm going also to middle and then space around, maybe something like that. Okay. So the next one will be, let's triple click it and see what else do we have. Insert data, advanced custom fields, and we have the engine. Okay, the engine is something that I want to see next. Okay, and then I have there and here. Okay, I have something for the engine, which will be the car icon, maybe automobile, something like that. Okay, and here I have to put here a CC. Okay, next one. Let's wait, save that. Triple click it, insert data, and select maybe the horsepower. Something like that. Insert. Okay. And here let's go for, I don't know, gas. I don't know for power what I'm going to make. Power. Do we have anything? Something like that. Okay. Very good icon. 240 horsepower. And then let's go for this one, which will be, let's see what else do we want to be outside. We want to have the transmission, maybe. Transmission. So if it's automatically or manual. And let's change that to cogs. Something like that. So you can add, of course, other fields like that. You could also have something like the fuel that the car has. I don't have set any fuels, but if I had, I could add also something like that. Let's save that. And now I want to add also a button. And the button should go inside the car info row, no, inside the car info, this one. So I'm going to select that, and I'm going to add here the button. Okay, and this button should say see more, read more. Maybe read more. Read more. Okay, and let's give it a little bit of space underneath the car info row. Let's go to advanced, sizing and spacing, and put here 10 margin. Okay. Let's click the button once more. I'm going for 5 for the size. The button color should be this, or maybe the lighter one. And once you have, you're going to go with this. Okay, something like that. Now I need the transmission because this is too hard. Let's add the transition, so the color will take some time to change. Let's go to advanced. Let's go into the effects, transition, and here I'm going to put 0.4, so 0.4 seconds for that to take place, something like that. Okay, now I need to go inside the car info that I have all of those and put that in the middle maybe. And this doesn't go in the middle because I don't have, I think, a height for that div, for that car info div, so it will go here. So I need to put that also for 400. Let's go to advanced, let's go to sizing and spacing, and let's go for this car info to be 400. Okay, advanced sizing and spacing, and let's go for height 400 pixels. No, I think, what was it? 300 pixels. 300 pixels, something like that. So doesn't look too good, but I'm going to change a little bit of spacing and maybe change some other things. Let's go for sizing as primary, and let's go for space around, space between, space around. Space around is better, and I'm just going to add a little bit of margin padding inside this div. So sizing and spacing, and let's go for 20 and 20 to the bottom, something like that. Let's see how it looks now in the front end. And I know that in the front end I cannot see anything because I don't have anywhere to assign this template. So what I'm going to do is go into the cars, and let's go to pages. Let's go into all pages, and here I'm going into the car page, cars. And here I'm going to change the default into the cars archive. So this will grab the cars template. And of course the cars template has already the main template. So it will grab also the header and the footer. Let's refresh that. Now, as you can see, I have what I have inside here. Now, this is too close the one to the other, so we're going to change that. And also, let's put something for a background. So let's go for this section. Let's go for the background color, and let's select the off-white, and then select the div in the repeater. And here I'm going to advanced. I'm going for a white background here. Okay, I'm going to select also to have a little bit of margin outside. So let's go for 10 for the bottom. Okay, and let's also add some border nose. Let's add some box shadow. Let's go for black. Let's go 30%. 0, 0, and the blur should be 5. Okay. Something like that. Let's save changing and see how it looks. So maybe the image is way too big, and maybe I have to do that a little bit smaller. So let's go for advanced and sizing, and let's go for 250 here and not 300, and let's also go here for 250. Sizing and spacing, and here 250, something like that. Okay, I think it's better now. Yeah, it's better now. I'm going to do the filters later on. So now that I have created my archive page, and you can see how it looks, I'm going inside one of those cars, and let's click read more. And I don't have anything set as the link of the button. So let's go and select data and permalink, save, and then refresh here. And now let's go to read more. So I'm going to get how it looks. This is the single page template. So of course I don't have anything for the single cars. And I'm going to start creating my template for the single cars. So also, as I remember, I haven't also add inside the cars any information here. I have the title, I have the featured image, but I don't have any information about the car. This should be information, a text information. So let's go for lorem ipsum. Okay, lorem ipsum. Generate. Let's grab this and let's go and start putting that inside the car. So Chevrolet Camaro has something. Let's go for all cars. Okay, Suzuki Alto. Let's edit that, edit Mitsubishi and edit the Honda just to add that text. Update. Update and last car update. Okay. Let's go back to the cars, and now if I refresh I should see here the text. Yeah, this is the text, and this is what alarmed me and thought that I had something was missing, and I can see here that this is not looking too great, and I'm not sure why. Let's go and see back to the cars if it looks like that. No, it looks okay in the front end, but for some reason in the back end it's messing up my layout. Doesn't matter. So let's close that. for the moment, and let's go again into the Chevrolet. And now let's go and close. No, let's not close that. Let's go to templates again. Okay. And here I'm going to add a new template, and I'm going to select cars, single. Okay, let's grab the main here and restore this tab. A problem with my Firefox. Okay, again, car, single. Okay, select here the main, and here for the singular I'm going to select cars. Okay, I think I'm okay with that. Publish that, and let's go and edit the oxygen. And you will know that you have set the correct settings once you go here and refresh the page, and this will grab the new layout. But in order to grab the new layout, you have to go first and add a section. Once you add a section and save that once, add a section and save that, and go back to your single template, single page, and refresh. If you see an empty page, then you know that it grabbed your template. So we know that the single template applies to the car, so we can start building the template. I'm going to start by adding the image first, and here you have two choices as well to select the image to be background of the section, so it will cover the page from the one into the other, or add the image itself, so it will not go from the one end to the other, except if you go and select the full width of the section. But it depends on the aspect ratio. If you go as a background of the section, it will always cover the whole page, but you may lose some information, you may lose something of the image in the corners of the image maybe. So we're going to do that as an image maybe. Let's see how it looks. Let's add the image. This is something that you should decide for yourself. I'm going to remove the spacing from here, and I'm going to select the image data and select the featured image. Size is large, and insert. The best thing when selecting the image is that I have the alternative text here, and I can select the data and put that as the title, so I will always have something that with alternative text inside here. I'm going to select also the section. I'm going to put that vertical and center, so it will go in the center. And now I know that I have a problem with my image because this is way too small. The image that I have used for the Chevrolet is way too small. If I go to another image and maybe this one and see the read more, I think it will go, yeah, it's a little bit bigger. It's not so small as this one. And this is how it looks, but you can also just delete the image from here and go into the section, select the background, and here select data and featured image here. Size is large, insert, and I have to go and add also the cover, no repeat, and here 50 and 50%, just to know that they will always be in the center. And of course I have to go and select the width that I want. So have a select here to be a large size. Yeah, a large size. Okay, because I'm seeing that the image is not so great, but this is because it's a small image that zooms in. So this is basically how you want that to be displayed. So if I go to sizing and spacing and select the height to be around 500 pixels, it will go something like that. Let's go for 600 pixels. Something like that. But you miss the corner. If you go and put 800 pixels, then you may have the whole image sometimes. This is your personal thing that you have to decide what you want to do. If I go here and refresh, you will see that it will go full page, and now you will have something like that. So I'm going to not do that. I'm going to remove this section all over again and put that as an image because I like it more, even though I know that I don't have great images. So let's go for image again. And here I'm going to remove the padding of the section. Okay, select the image, data, featured image, and large, always large here, and alternate text to be title. Insert. Okay, and in the section I'm going for vertical and center. Okay, save that. And let's continue with the next section, which will be the title. Okay, the title is, let's add the section. And here I'm going to add a heading. This heading will be an H1 because it's the title. Triple click it, insert data, and select the title and insert. Now I'm going to remove also here the margins. I'm going to select the title and I'm going to give it a little bit of styling. So let's go for background color. Let's go for this color because this is the color that I have. Let's go for the typography, and the color of the font is white. Okay, font size I'm going to leave it as it is. Maybe I'm going to give it letter spacing 2, something like that. Okay, let's go for sizing and spacing. Let's put here 50 for the margin, so it will go into the left. Let's go 200, so it will go like here. I don't want that in the middle, but I do want that left. Let's go 150. I think it's better. And I do want that over the image, so let's go for something like 25 pixels, something like that. Okay, next we'll go and give that some padding, so let's go in 10 from the top, 10 for the bottom, and 40 and 40. Yeah, something like that. Okay, then we're going for borders radius of 20, and for the color, this is color white of the borders, 4 maybe, 4 and solid, so we have something like that. So it's a nice little thing that I can see, and now that it blends in with the background, I think it's a little bit better. And now I can go and give it a little bit of more padding. So let's go again in the margin, negative margin of maybe 30, something like that. Now I have to go to layout and put the Z index to be 1, so it will be always on top of the image. Save that, and let's continue with the next section. Next section will be the information that you want to see quickly of the car, the information that we put here also in the car archive page, and maybe some more information like the price. So let's start by putting here into the section first a div, and this is for the row. So this is, let's go for car info row. Now remember that if you rename all of those, it will help you also for the mobile view. And let's go to the next one, which is going to add another div inside here, and this div will be the name car info div. Car info div. Okay. Now this should also have a class, and since I have already used the car info div in the car archive template, I'm going to use a single car. So I know it's the single template, car info div, info div, something like that. Okay, I'm going to copy that and add the class, and inside here I'm going to add an icon. Okay, and that icon has the class of single car info icon. Add the class. After that I'm going to add a text which will be the single car info value, because it will grab the value of the ACF field. And then I have also another text, and here I'm going to select the same thing with text here, text. Okay, add that class. Now I have something like that. Here I have to go and put that in vertical and center, and we're going to start again with the field first, with the value, insert data, and select something from here. So I have insert field, and let's go for the type, maybe car van. No, I'm not going to put the car. Let's go for miles. Insert. Of course you have to be you have to know what you want and not make your mind right here. So this is the car mile, and I want to put here an M for the miles, And here in the icon, I'm going to use the dashboard again. And I'm going to select the color to be this color. Okay. And of course, the icon is way too big. Let's go for... Okay, the phone hasn't stopped ringing. Okay, 25. Let's go for... okay, something like 40. Maybe 40 is good. And here I'm going to put here miles. So this is the miles. Now I'm going to duplicate that. Duplicate again. And maybe five times, something like that. Okay, so now that I have that, let's go for the car info row, and I'm going for horizontal and then space around. No, middle first and then space. Section first, okay, middle and center, and then I'm going for this, and this is not working because I don't have the width of the div, so I'm going for 100%. And now that if I select here the vertical, horizontal for the car info row, sorry, I shouldn't put that. This here isn't correct. So the row should be the width of 100%. Okay, and now I can select the space around, something like that. Of course, I'm not going to do that with the 100%, but I just want to show how it will be. So I don't like how it is right now. So just remove that. And let's go and select for the car info div some background. So I'm going here, background, and I'm going to select the off-white background. Okay, after that, I'm going for sizing and spacing, and I'm going to put here the width. Let's go pixels and put here 200 pixels width. No, a little too much. Let's go for 150. Maybe 150. Okay, also margin, I need the margin of 10. And we'll go also for a borders radius of 20, something like that. Okay, and also I need some padding inside. So let's go for 10 everywhere. Okay, I think it's okay. Maybe 20. Okay, so after that we have the next thing, which will be insert data, advanced custom field. We use the miles. Let's go for the engine, and here is the engine. Engine, triple click it and select here the CC, and here instead of this we have an automobile, which is this one. Okay, then we have the horsepower, maybe. Insert, let's see what we have. Horsepower, yeah, insert. So here is HP, sorry, you have to triple click it, HP, and then select this. And for horsepower, I don't remember what I have selected for the icon. I think power, yeah, power. Something like that. Of course, it's not the ideal icon. And then we have, let's see, insert, advanced custom field. We have the transmission. So this is the cogs. Okay. Transmission. And let's see the last one, which will be insert data, advanced custom field, and maybe the doors, maybe the color. The price I will put it somewhere else because I changed my mind, but if you want you can put that here. No, I'm not going to put anything else. I'm going to leave that as it is. So I'm going to delete this this div. So let's go here and delete that. So we have these 4 divs, and obviously we have to give it a little bit more margin. So sizing and spacing, and put here 20, something like that. Okay, now I have to put here some space, so let's go for sizing and spacing and put here 10, not here, sorry, for the bottom, 10. Okay, and here also advanced sizing and spacing and put 10. Also this should be a little bit bigger, so let's go for typography, and let's go for font size 18 and maybe bold 700. So it will be something like that. I don't really like the space that I have, 10, maybe 5, and maybe give that also a 5. Okay, now in case you're wondering why I don't have the equal spaces, because this has a line height also, so I have to go into the font layout typography, and here for the line height I should go and put here 1, so it will go and remove all the space around the text. Let's save that, and I'm going to put the price next to the title, and I'm going to put it with the same layout. So I'm going here and duplicate that, the heading, duplicate that, go into the section, and I'm going to put that to be horizontal, and here I have the margin. So for that one I'm going to select to have a margin of 50 and not 150, 50 pixels, and triple click it and select here the price instead of the name. And this is the price. Okay, I'm going to insert that, the $sign, doesn't matter, and let's select here, and now I have the price right here, as you can see. I'm going to save that and see how it looks in the front end. Okay, this is what we have created so far, and now we're going to start with the most difficult part. So I'm going to remove a little bit of size here and this space around here. I think those are equal, pretty close. And let's add a section, and here I'm going to put the section with a background of white. Okay, I'm going to remove a little bit of spacing, and here I'm going for the tabs. Okay, tabs. So I have tab 1, tab 2, and tab 3. Let's go and select this one. I'm going for horizontal and in the middle. Not in the middle, in the center maybe. Sorry, vertical, not horizontal, and in the center. So I have the tabs here, and I want it vertical because I want the content of the tab to be here. If I put horizontal, I will have the content, the tabs, the switches here, and then I have next to that the content of the tabs, and I don't want that. So if you haven't used the tabs before, you may find it a little bit difficult to start, but I will give you some direction. So we have the tabs, which is the tabs selectors, and here we have the tabs content. The first selector is for the font, the first content. So once you click this tab, you will see whatever is inside here, and this is a text. So once you click this tab, you will see the text. This text is for the title. So once you choose and select this text, you can change the title. The first title that we're going to change is the description. The second title will be the maybe the content. No, will be the extra, car extras. So I'm going for car extras. And the third will be the gallery. Gallery. Okay, now that I have this, I'm going to select the tabs, and once you click here the tabs, you will see that you have no class. So I'm going to select this tab, which is the the tab, the separate tab, and now I have two classes, one for the tab and one for the tab active. So you know that this is for all the tabs, and the other one is once you click somewhere and it becomes active. So I'm going for background color of white, so it will have something like that. I'm going for a sizing and spacing, and I'm going to put a padding of 5, so it will not be too big, and 5 here, maybe 10, 10, and 10. I'm going for 20 and 20 here, and then I'm going for margin of 10 and 10, so it will be something like that. I'm going also to put a border radius of 10, so it will go and corner a little bit of the corners and rounder corners. And then I'm going for the active, and I'm going to have it the color of off-white, and maybe change it a little bit, something like that. So once you click somewhere, it will go a little bit more gray. Now I cannot see that at this moment. Let's go for active, and let's go for background color and select something else. Something like that. Okay, so now if I click somewhere, it will go and gray the one that is selected, and you can see the content that is changing, and now you can start playing with the content. I'm also going to give it a little bit of margin, so I have some space underneath. So let's go to the tabs. This is for the whole row, and let's go for advanced. Let's go for sizing and spacing, and in margin I'm going to go in 20 pixels. Okay, now let's start from the easiest one, which is the gallery. So I'm going for the tab content 3, and I'm going to delete that. Let's select and delete that, and now I'm going to add here a gallery. Okay, and inside the gallery I will select ACF, so the gallery source is ACF, and now it requires the ACF field, which is for me the car gallery. Where is it? Here it is, car gallery. Copy that and paste that in my template. Here, car gallery. Link image, yes. Add lightbox, yes. Thumbnail resolution, medium. And I think I'm okay. And you can of course play with the layout and everything else. Now you can see that since I have 4 images, it does 5 images, it does 4 and 1 here. So in the layout I'm going to add Mansory. So I'm going to choose something like that, but you can play with the images. In case you don't have good quality, go and make that large instead of medium, so you will have a little bit better quality for the thumbnails. So let's save that and see how it looks in the front end. Okay, so we have here the cars, gallery and extra, as you can see, and this is how it's going to look. Now I don't have white spaces around here, so something is not done correctly here. Let's refresh also this one and see what is doing wrong. And also I think that I don't have also the background for the section, so I'm going to do that again if it doesn't load for my template. Let's see. Okay, it's taking some time. Now, some days ago, I did a tutorial about Xeon Builder, and I was really happy to see that it was way faster in the backend than Oxygen, and hopefully they will also in Oxygen do the same and give us something better. So this is working fine, and let's refresh that. So now it's working. Now, in many cases, you may run into problems with the gallery, with the tabs. I have found myself having a little bit of trouble with the gallery, with the tabs, again with the gallery. Okay, let's continue with the description. So let's open the structure. And here that we have the text, I'm going to remove that. And I'm going to start with the div of the description. So here, I'm going to add a div, and I did that wrong because I didn't delete the tab content. I went and delete the tab title. Okay, text, here, this is the one. So I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to add here a div. This div is for the row, and this is for the information. So this is the car description. and this is the car description row. Rename car description row. Okay, save that. Okay, I'm going to set that to be 100% of width. And now I'm going to select here and add to divs, which will be the columns. I'm not going to add the columns inside here because I have found that in many cases have problems. So I'm going to add to divs, which basically is the same thing as columns. Now I have selected two divs, I think. Let's see, no, only one div, so let's duplicate that. Okay, and select here the car row and select that to be vertical, horizontal I want, and in the middle. Okay, and this is the rename car description column left. Okay, and this is the car description column right. Right. Okay. Now this will be 50% and this will be 50% also. Okay. I'm going back to the tab content and I'm going to give it a little bit of background, and I'm going for white background colors so it will separate from the background, from the section background. Let's save that and let's go here in the car column left, and here I'm going to add another div, and this div will have the class of the single car desk for description desk div. Add that class. Inside here I'm going to add an icon which will have the class the same with icon. Okay, then I'm going to add a text which will have the class description text. Add that class, and then I'm going to also give inside here another text. And here is the value. Okay, now here back to the div, which will be renamed with that. Single car desk div. Okay, I will put that in a horizontal position, middle and center. And let's start with the icon first. I'm going to have that to be solid. The background color should be like that, and the color should be like this. So it will be something different from this icon and not be the same. We're going for space around 20 and for the size icon of 25, maybe, yeah, something like that. Here is the title and here is the value. So let's start from the value because I don't know at this point what I'm going to put. And let's advanced custom field, and I have the model, and the model hopefully is going to take it from the title. So I don't want the model here. I have the types and I want the type here. So let's go for type, and then semicolon, and then we have the pickup. So let's add some margin to the icon, sizing and spacing, and add the margin of 10, and then the same for the type, advanced, sizing and spacing, and add the margin of 10. So we have the type which is pickup. I'm going to duplicate that. And now that I have duplicated, let's go to advanced, sizing and spacing, and put a margin of 10 to the bottom. So it will have some space, and let's add the next one. Triple click, insert data, and let's go to advanced ACF. Okay, model type. We have the type license year. Okay, so we need the license year. Let's go and insert that, and let's go for year, and let's change the icon to a calendar. Okay, the year should also have a semicolon at the end, something like that. And this icon should be a type. I don't know what to put from the type. Okay. Let's see what icons do we have. Something like that. Okay. Also, I want that to be a little bit bold. Yeah, I'm not going to change the size. I'm going to just put that as bold. Let's go back to the div. Let's duplicate that and duplicate again and duplicate again. And let's go here and select insert data. And here I'm going for advanced custom field. The next one, which will be year, we have year, miles. We have miles in the top. We have the engine. We have the HP and transmission. We need the color then. Color. So let's triple click that and select color. And here I'm going to select paint because we don't have anything for color. Okay. Next we have that, insert data, and here I'm going to select the next one, which is doors. Okay, insert data, and this is the doors. Doors. Okay, click it. Doors. I don't have anything for doors. Of course, you should add your own custom icons, and I will put that for doors. Okay, let's see what else do we have here. Insert data, advanced custom field. We have doors, price, gallery, car extras. Okay, we're finished, and then we have the car extras. So let's close that and let's remove that. And now I'm going to grab that div and I'm going to put that in this column. So let's close this to see how it looks, to see if I have done that correctly. So we're going to close this left. First, let's close that. Okay, now I can see that I have the column left. I need the column right, and this should be under the column right. So I need to go and put that here, like that. Now it's okay. And if I click here, I haven't set anything, but I can set vertical and left. Okay, this is how it looks. So let's go for vertical and not here, sorry. Here, vertical and left. Okay, and maybe top. After that, we need to also move the color here underneath that. And we have something like that. Okay, let's save that and see how it looks in the front end. Okay, and we have the description, car extras, and gallery. Okay, the description after that, we're going to have the text. So let's go back to here, and here, let's close this row, and here, inside the tab content, the first tab content, I'm going also to add another div underneath, and this div will have inside a text, and this is the content. So insert data and select content and click elsewhere. Now I'm going to select, of course, that div, and I'm going to change that to rename, and this is the description, car description, content. So this div is for the car content. Okay, and let's close this, and I'm going to give that a little bit of margin, sizing and spacing, and margin 20. So you can see now that if you're organized, you can build what you want. It's not too difficult. Let's go and save that and see how it looks in the front end. Okay, and this is how it looks. So I need to go and put some round corners around here because I don't want those corners to be that hard. And let's go here in the Oxygen and let's go to the tabs. This is the tab content, and here let's go to advanced. Let's go to borders and get that borders radius of 20. Okay, let's save that. And now the last thing is the car extras, which is the most difficult one. So let's click that, and this is the car extras. Let's go to the middle title content, this one. So you can also rename that to what you want, and you can put here tab car extras or car extras tab or something. And here we have the text, which I'm going, of course, to delete. And now here I'm going to put the car extras that I have selected for the the car extras, which is the checkbox or those. So as I've said when I was creating those fields, you have two options, two choices to make. The one is create one field, and in that field create a checkbox with every option inside there, and the other is create separately every option you have. If you have too many options, this is a little bit difficult to do, so you have to spend more time to create all the fields, and this is easier. But once you go here, you will see that if you create separate fields, you can customize it separately, give it separately icons, give it the style that you want. And if you add one field with every option inside there as a checkbox, you will find yourself that you need to add custom code to add it. Let's start by adding a text. And triple click it, and I'm going to first add the first one, the car extras, the single field with all the options. We're going to start from that. So triple click it, insert data, and I'm going to select here the car extras. This is the one that I want. So once I click elsewhere, you will see that I have all the car extras of the car, but as you can see, it is all the words with no spaces, with nothing. So you cannot have something like that in your page. Let's see how it looks in the front end. And once you go into the car extras, you will see this has also only ABS, but let's go to another car. Let's go for this one, read more, and let's go back here, car extras, and you can see that this is the car extras. This is something that you cannot stay with that. Okay, it's not something that you can show to your clients. And we have to do something else. At this moment, Oxygen cannot handle the checklist, cannot handle the selection, cannot handle any field that has options inside there. So you have to do something else. Let's go and remove that text, and let's go to here. Let's go to ACF checkbox value, and here I'm going inside here. Let's wait. Okay, let's see if it's the correct one. Okay, it's the correct one. So we have display values in a list. We want values because the values is the one that you have set here. So if you see this layout, this is the label and this is the value. And if you set only one word, this is the value. So we want the values and we want those to be in a list. And this is the PHP code that we're going to use. So display values in a list, and it says right here. Let's copy that. Let's go inside here, and we're going to add the code block. And let's go for PHP. I'm going to delete that, and this is the PHP we're going to use. Let's apply code, and of course we're not going to see anything because this is not something that you can use because this is the code that we copied. We have to change some things. Now, I need to tell you some things about the code so you can adjust it to your website. So let's see what we have here. The field name for me is the car extra. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to put that on after the get field. So get field, and this is the field, car extras. This is a variable that we're creating at this moment, and this is what we want to call the car extras. So I'm going for extras. So this is the dollar and extras, so it's a variable, and it equals with the get field and what it takes for that. And here it says if colors, and this will be renamed to extras, so it says basically that it has values inside, do the following. And this is a PHP for each, so it's a loop. I think it has a cycle loop. And here is extras, again the same word that you put, extras, the same word that you put here, extras, you're going to put here as extra here with not, this is singular, as you can see, it's not colors, it's color now. Remember to leave here the dollar, and as you can see it's already working, but let's change that to extra and echo here extra. And that was working because we had the color here and we had here also the color, so it basically removed, or not moved, but renamed the extra as color and then gave us the color. So once you are here, you can apply the code, and this is what you're going to get if you are correctly. Okay, and let's save that and see how it looks in the front end. And let's go to car extras, and this is how you can show the list. Now this is a little bit better. It's not ideal yet, but it's a little bit better. But if you want to style it, you have to go and make it style it, customize. So what we're going to do after that, here we're going to enter and we're going to style. Close that and then style. So everything is between here, it's for the style. Let's start from the list. I don't like the bullets, so I have to remove the bullets. To remove the bullets, I have first to add something for the list. So let's go here, which is the UL, the list, and let's add a class equals to extras. Okay, this is my class for the list. So I'm going to style, I'm going to press enter, I'm going to type dot extras, give a space, then put the li for the list, and then here type list style semicolon and none, because I don't want any style, and then question mark, apply code, and this should be remove the bullets, and as you can see the bullets have been removed. Okay, now I need something as I don't need anything else for that list. Save changes, and now if I go here, I will see that the bullets have gone. Car extras, and now as you can see I don't have any bullets. So now I need to put something else here. So I need to put maybe an icon, and we're going for here for the li. And before the li, this li is each and every field. Every field here is a li. ABS is a li. ESP is a li. This is a list icon. The list item, sorry. This is the li. So here we're going to add an icon. So under the li, after the li, not under, after the li, I'm going to add an icon, and I'm going to put also a class at this moment, class, and then close the I tag, and then go here before the li and close the I tag. So close the icon. Okay, so now I need to put an icon here. Let's go for the favicon icons, font awesome icons. Okay, let's see what we're going to do. Let's see a checklist. Check, checklist or something. So you have to remember, of course, that everything will have the same icon. You cannot change the icons. And let's see what is that. So this is a var fa check square. Okay, let's copy that, but I'm not going to copy the var at this point. Maybe I'm going to. So this is, as you can see, the I class. So it copied the whole HTML. So I'm going to paste that here. So I'm going to copy the class, and I'm going back here, and I'm going to here put the class here. Okay, var fa check square. Okay, apply code, and let's see. Didn't do anything. Let's remove the var. So let's just have the fa check, and let's see. Apply code. Save changings, and let's see if it's working from the front end. Car extras, and I'm not seeing anything now. I know that you have to add also the library for the favicon icons, and this is something that's not working at this moment, and I have to go into the plugins, and this is why I have the font awesome plugin, and I have to activate that. And let's go and refresh, but I don't think that it's going to work at this moment. Let's go for car extras. It's not working. So let's go and see what I have done wrong with the code. Let's add another FA here. fa check. Apply code. Okay, the class doesn't have an equal sign. Okay, equals. Class equals to fa. Let's apply this code. Okay, and as I can see now, I have the icons. Let's see that in the front end. I have to say first. Okay, refresh. I was just looking for the inspection if it has the icons, but doesn't show. And here, as you can see, I have now the icons. As you can see here, the icons don't have any space, so I have to put also a space here for the icons. So let's go here and let's go for the extras, Lee, and then I. Okay. And put here a margin right of 5 pixels, something like that. Let's apply the code and see if it's going to work. Save that and see it in the front end. Usually if it doesn't, I'm going also to inspect, but let's see first the code if I had something wrong here. Okay, I have put the close right here, which is something that I shouldn't have because I cannot separate it with the text, and the close should be here. Apply code, and now I have the separate icon, and for some reason I put it under the echo. I don't know why, and now the pixels is working. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do, apply the code and refresh here. No, save first. Save it and then refresh. It doesn't look too good. I want that to be in 2 different columns. So the problem here is that if you use the code, you cannot use that 2 times because you will have the same values. You cannot use an offset because you don't know how many values you will have here. Maybe you have 10 values as it here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, it was exactly right, 10. But maybe you will have 4 values. So you don't know where you're going to separate that. So we're going to use column count CSS. So let's go again here. So you need to do some CSS and some styling if you're going to use that route. So here we are. First, we're going to add another custom class. No, we don't need one. We have the extras. Okay, so here we are, extras. And here, let's go and open, close those. And let's go for column count 2. Okay, and let's apply that, and we can now have it like that. Now, of course, this doesn't look too good, so let's save that and see how it looks in the front end, but they are one too close to the other. And now we can go and make a moz column count 2, and also a WebKit count 2, and I need some gap probably. Let's go for 40 pixels, but I think this doesn't go wider because I don't have too much width in my div. So let's change that immediately, and let's go for the code black, and let's go for the width, sizing and spacing, and let's go for the width of I don't know, 500 pixels, something like that. Okay, and put that in the middle, center. So let's go and select 500 pixels or 600 or 800 pixels to see if it changes. 800 pixels. So it changes and we're good. Okay, it's looking better. Now, this is how it looks now. So let's refresh the page. Car extras, and this is how it looks. So I think it didn't need to use the moz or the WebKit. I think it wasn't necessary. Let's go for the PHP and see if I'm going to remove those, if it's going to make any difference. Let's apply code. Yeah, I think it's for maybe it's for the mobile phones, and you can search that to see the mods in the WebKit. And let's save that. And this is how it looks if you go with the one root. So it doesn't give you too much things to do in the layout. You cannot change anything, and you have to do custom code to anything to style it what you want. And of course, you cannot change the icons to what you want. The next one would be different because you can do more things, but it will require much more work to be done. So this will take you 5-10 minutes, and you will add 15 or 20 or how many things that you have. The next one will be adding one by one. So after that, I'm going to add a div, and this div will have the width of 800 pixels too. And here this div will have, let's go and add a div, and this div will have an icon. So let's add here an icon, and let's start putting also classes for everything. So let's go here and let's go here, and here this div is going to be the single extras div. Add class. The icon should be the single extras icon. Okay, and then we have a text which will be the single extras text, something like that. Okay, this div we're going for horizontal and in the middle, and now you can go and change whatever you want from here. Let's go for the color of blue, and then let's triple click it here and select insert data and select the advanced custom field. And now we're going for the ABS, which is the first. I'm going to click elsewhere. And now that I have the ABS here, I think I have done it, but maybe this car doesn't have ABS. I am not sure if it has ABS, and hopefully I have put that for ABS in the Chevrolet Cameo. Let's go and check. Chevrolet Cameo, edit. And let's see if I have put ABS here. No, I haven't put ABS. I have ESP, so I'm going to put everything here in that. So let's go back to this one. This was the template, okay. And let's save that and refresh. And it's taking some time. I'm not going to pause the video. Hopefully you are watching all the video in the double speed, because I'm speaking slow and I'm making mistakes. Okay, now let's go, and as you can see it has the ABS sign. Let's go for car extras, and this is the ABS that I have put. Okay, let's select the structure, and now I can select the icon. I can put here some margin because it needs some. Let's go sizing and spacing and put here some 5 pixels margin, and after that the icon should go probably for an icon size of 30, something like that. And maybe this should be also a checklist, because I want to put a checklist. But now I have a blue icon. After that I'm going to duplicate the div and duplicate 3 times, because I have 4 custom fields. And here I'm going to put the second one, which is insert data, advanced custom fields, and it's the ESP. Then triple click here, insert data, advanced custom field, Bluetooth, and triple click, insert data, advanced custom field, and turbo. Now we haven't finished yet. Of course we have to use another icon for everything, but also we have to put something different here, because we don't want to show this if the car doesn't have those. So the text will not be visible if the car doesn't have a Bluetooth, but the icon will be. So if we go back to this and go into the cars and go into the Suzuki, which has only one, I think. Let's go to car extras, and you will see that I have the ABS, but I also have 3 more icons. So I want those to be not displayed when I don't have anything inside here. So I'm going to the div for the ABS, and here I'm going to put the show and hide elements. So the condition, set condition, add first condition, choose condition. I'm going to select here dynamic data. I'm going to select which one is it. It's the ABS, and then I'm going to select is not blank. So whenever it's going blank, it's going to show it. Let's close that. Let's go to the next one, and this is something that you have to do for every single div that you add. And this is the most difficult, not the most difficult, but it's a little bit difficult. So let's go to the next one, which will be again a custom post type, dynamic data, ESP, and then ESP is not blank. Okay. Then again here, condition, set condition, add your first condition, dynamic data, advanced, Bluetooth is not blank. And the same for turbo. Turbo is not blank. Okay. Now I can save, and hopefully when I refresh in the car extras, as you can see, I can only see the ABS. So if I go to another car that it will have more extras, I will see more extras, and those that are not available for that, it will not be shown. So as you can see, I can only see 3 out of 4. Now again in here I don't have 2 columns, and I want to do 2 columns. And now that we have the grid, it's easier, so we can select the this div, and we can select the grid with 2 columns. And let's save that. And before the grid, we do need custom code also. we were using custom code, but now we can use the grid. And as you can see, it splits the icons, it splits the values in 2 columns, and it will go 2 and 1. If it has more, it will go more, and it's pretty good to see. And of course, you can change if you want the gaps, and here we have the gap, and here we have the gap for the row. And I think I need to put 10 here or something, maybe a little bit less, something like 5, something like that. And this is how you create this second method. So that was all for that. Let's go and edit that for the mobile version. And let's see what we are going to do here. These are all good. Description is okay. I think maybe the icons could go a little bit less, but I'm not going to do that here. I'm going to do that here. So here I have to go in here and put 22, something like that, and here 22 also, so it will not be too big. Font size 22, something like that. Maybe remove a little bit of the margin here. So let's go for sizing and spacing, and margin here, let's go for 50. Okay, it's better. Here I'm going for font size of 18, and let's go for 16. Here let's go for 15, and the icon can be 30, something like that. And here also the icons could be 30, no, a little bit less, 20, something like that. Okay, these are good. Car extras, here I can go with a little bit better position here. So let's go here and advanced. And here sizing and spacing. Here for the width, let's go for 80%. Okay, and also the same would go for this div. So this div. And this is how why you should rename everything, because you don't know what follows this. So we have the code block, and this div should go for the width of 80. Something like that. Okay, let's save that and see the next one. Gallery is okay, and let's see the next one is this. So here I have to go here and put here 18. This should be also 18. Okay, this sizing and spacing, and for margin I'm going for 10. And I'm going to leave that as it is, but I'm going to remove inside here the padding. So let's go for 20 and 20 for the padding. And here also. Instead of 40. So something like that. Then we have this one, which has a custom width, I think. Let's go and see how it's going to work. So this car info row, let's go for, no, we don't have a width here. We have, in this div, we have some width. So let's go for 150, and let's go and put a little bit less. 120, 100. So let's go for 95, something like that. Then advanced sizing and spacing, and in margin I'm going to put 5 and 5, maybe, something like that. Then I'm going here and I'm going to put 15. For the miles I'm going to put 15. For the icon I'm going to leave as it is. Then I'm going here also advanced sizing and spacing, and for padding I'm going for 10 to all. So I think it's good. Okay, now this description is okay. This is okay. Maybe I need to go for 25 in icons. No, 20. Maybe a little less, 15, something like that. Maybe the text could be a little bit smaller, but I'm not going to. This should go 100 now. Advanced sizing and spacing with 100%. Okay, this is okay, gallery, and we're okay. So let's save that. Let's close that. And now we're going to create our filters, and then we're going back to the archive template and create our filters, and then edit that for the mobile. So let's go to plugins, let's go to install plugins, and we're going to activate the Search and Filter Pro. Okay, and then let's go to the search and filter. Let's go to add the new search form, and this is the archive archive, cars archive, car archive, car archive, something like that. Okay. So we are searching inside the cars. The result is 10. The auto submit form, yes, and enable auto count, and then we're going straight from here. So the search form is the search. Now, if you haven't seen the previous video that I have created for specifically this plugin, Seltzer Filter, go ahead and see how I have edited that so you can see what I'm doing. And this is going to be a little bit faster. So let's go for taxonomy. Add the taxonomy, and this is makers. Okay, drop down, yeah. Add heading, select maker, select no makers, makers, maker, and here is the select maker, select maker, maker. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste that here. Disable, hide, and hierarchical, no hierarchical, just hide. Okay, and after that I'm going to close that, not to take too much space, and let's add post meta. We're going to start from the color, maybe color, yeah, color. So we're going for, do not be confused with that has an underline here. We're going straight for the car color, which is around here. Car color. So let's go to choices, drop down, yeah, and select here again the car color because I made a mistake previously. Car color, add heading, color. Okay, this is select color, select color. Okay, this is the same with that, and hide empty. And this is an ACF field, get options automatically, so close that and add one or two more. So let's go for model, and this model should go up. So let's go for choice, and let's go for drop down. Let's go and select select model. Model. Okay, the same. We'll go for this one, and this word is going for the heading. Okay, this is the car model. Car model, this is an ACF field. Okay, and let's close that and put that before the car color underneath the maker. And lastly, I'm going to add another for the price. So this is a range slider. Plain text, add a heading, price, price. Okay, screen reader is price. This is the car price. Okay, use the same for the end. I don't want chemicals. I want to detect those, and the step is $1,000. So I'm going to copy the code, and I'm going to publish that. Okay, and I shouldn't copy the code because I need to do two more things yet. So we have the custom here, and this is the template. So let's go for the cars page. Cars. So we have the used cars. This is the result page. Okay, let's paste that here, and everything else is okay. And here we have the Ajax counter. So let's go to edit the template, oxygen templates. I can close that. This can be go here. I'm going to close this, this, and this, and this is the car archive. Let's edit that with oxygen. Let's close that. Okay, and I'm waiting to get the ID of the repeater. And let's go in the structure, section, columns, main car, repeater, and this is the repeater field. So this is the ID. Okay, and then let's go here and change that. Okay, everything else is okay. We don't want to change anything here, and select the default order should be the price maybe. So meta value, car price, car price. Car price, okay, okay. Everything else is fine. Tags, post meta advanced. Okay, so grab the code, copy, update that, and let's go here into the structure. Let's go to the filter div. Let's add a shortcode. Okay, in the shortcode, I'm going to paste the code. I'm going to hit save. And now what I'm going to do is open the Search and Filter Pro, this one. And let's go to the website. Let's go to the documentation, custom, and we're going to take that. Okay, let's go here and here. And inside the div, here I have the repeater. Before the div, inside the repeater, I can go before the repeater. So main car div, add a shortcode. Okay, and I will bring the repeater down. So I have the shortcode on top, and here I'm going to paste that. Now I need to grab the ID of the search form and go into the shortcode and paste it here. So save changes and let's see if it's working. Let's go to cars. Let's refresh the page. Okay, I should probably put here a background of white into the shortcode of this shortcode. So advanced background and select that to be white. Okay, save changes. And let's see, refresh. Okay, and if I select a maker like Chevrolet, it will refresh and show me only the Chevrolet. Let's go and select something else. So let's go for model Camaro. This is the same as Chevrolet. Okay, Civic. So I will get the Honda. This is the Honda. Okay, obviously it's looking like a Honda. Let's go for a red. And as you can see, it's working great. So the last thing I will do, obviously you have to make the corners, you have to give it a little bit of less padding that it has here, or less margin. It's a custom CSS now. I'm not going to change that at this video. And also you could also go and remove the space from here and put that in the whole width. So I can go for the filter shortcode here, advanced sizing and spacing, and maybe put that 100% of the width. But remember that once this column will go up, it will not look so good. So let's refresh now and see how it looks. So it's a little bit better now. As you can see, the price is still going outside, so it needs that to be fixed. And let's see what we're going to do for the other screens. So here we have this, and it's not looking bad at this moment. And here we have something like that. And now I'm going to leave it as 100%, but I'm going to change this. No, I'm not going to change this. Of course, this has a little bit of width, not width, spacing inside here because it's the shortcode, but you cannot see the shortcode in the front end. And let's go to the next screen, which is less than 7. Okay, 6. What was it? 768. And this is how. This is something that we're going to change. So here in the div that we have the two columns, we're going to put that vertical. So the columns were going one on top and the other next to that. And now I'm going to change the width for the car image. So it's going to go 100%. And here I'm going to change also the width for the car info, and let's go 100% too. So this is better. Let's save that. And let's also see this, and this should go be a little bit smaller, maybe 15, and this is okay, and maybe a little less margin inside here. Maybe the margin here is, let's go for 5, something like that, and 5 here. Yeah, I think this is okay. Let's save that. And I think it's okay. Now, I would also go and maybe put that not to be displayed under the screen of 7.8. This screen, 768. Here I can, even here, even in the 992, I would hide that filter, and I would add an element, another element for the accordation. what's the name, accordion, and I would create also the same shortcode inside here, and in the accordion I would just type filters, and so for the mobile he would the person that would come from the mobile, he would only see a line that says filter, an arrow to click, and inside here he would see all the filters. And this should not take too much space for the mobile. I think it's a good idea to do that. So let's do that in case you don't know how to. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to click this shortcode, and I'm going first to copy that before I'm doing any changes. So let's duplicate that. Now that I have that duplicate, I'm going to click here, and I'm going to go into advanced. I'm going to go into layout, and I'm going to click here hidden, the visibility. So it's hidden, the shortcode. And then let's go for this one that will be inside the accordion and inside the first one. So instead of the this text, as you can see, I'm going to remove the text. I'm not going to do that now. Just first add here and then remove the text. So I'm going to remove the text, and now I can go and remove all of those other tabs. So this is the row, the next row. Let's remove that. And this is the next row. Remove that. And then we have the content. I'm going to remove the content also. I'm going to remove also this content. And now I have the accordion row, this row with the icon, which I'm going to remove, of course. And I have here something that I can type filters on OK. And now I have this shortcode and the accordion content, which I'm going to go for 100%. Okay, and this is inside the accordion, which I'm going also to go for 100%. Okay, so now I have the filters, as you can see here, and once someone comes from a mobile, he will not see anything inside here. He will just see the filters, and he can click the icon to open the filters, and this will not be too much of space inside the mobile. So that was all that I wanted to show you guys. This was the video. I'm not going to edit out any mistakes that I have made, because I want you to see that I do make mistakes whenever I build something. I'm not focused every time. I'm making mistakes when I'm tired, and the more I work, the more mistakes I do. Of course, it's natural. You're going to make mistakes, and you're going to search some things, and you're going to find the results. The most common mistakes that is made by Oxygen users when they start is the divs, that they don't remember that the width of the divs is not automatically assigned to the full width of the row, and you have to assign that, and the divs usually take the space of the elements. So if you want to go across the whole row, you have to go 100%. And this is something that confused me when I started also. So this is, guys, the tutorial, and hopefully you enjoyed. Please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.